Hello, this is BlueStar, Defender of Equestria, and this is my 500 subscriber special, so thank you to all my subscribers and everything. Thank you, because without you, there'd be no point in doing this. So this is going to be a Free Fire Zone video, where basically I'm just going to talk about stuff, mostly about me and stuff like that. So yeah, topics I will definitely be discussing are how I became a Brody, what my cutie bark is, and stuff like that, what it means, how it came about, and stuff like that. And I have a few other things to show you, which I'm going to do in a quick and dirty way. I'm sure the images are sitting on my hard drive somewhere, I just don't remember where they are, but I managed to find the hard copies of them, so I'm just going to show them to you and stuff like that. And if it doesn't, whatever. Okay, so enough of that. So anyway, so how I got started as a Brody. I think my first contact with My Little Pony was, ironically, from Game Informer, which is a game magazine. Of shocker there, but if you don't know, I think they did a review of some My Little Pony game. I don't remember which, and I don't have the original issue, and and the other thing is, I do have an issue, a following issue, where I think a Brody comes and defends the show and apparently the game is in My Little Pony in general, because I think the Game Informer referred to them as frilly, and he goes, and the person went on to say, oh, they fight dragons and do all this cool stuff, oh, they're cool, they're not frilly, and then the Game Informer replied by basically it's like, well, the show does sound like it's generally entertaining and all that stuff, but it's no less embarrassing for you, though, that you're an adult watching a show for kids and stuff like that. I'm sure they didn't mean that, I'm sure they weren't trying to put that down. They're just having some fun and stuff like that. Another kind of My Little Pony thing with Game Informer, it's like, I think someone asked, are there any Brodies at Game Informer? And they reply, it's like, we have a strict don't ask, no tell policy for bronies. Which is fine. That's fine. But that was my first contact with My Little Pony, and but at first, when I saw these characters, I thought I'll say this, they looked sexed up. I don't know what that means, because they had these giant eyes and all this stuff. I don't know why I thought that. That was clearly wrong. But anyway, that was my first contact with My Little Pony, and I think I don't know how long it was. Might have been a couple years later. I think I saw My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, was on Netflix and stuff like that, and it's like, ooh, this is kind of cool. I might actually want to watch this, because I actually do watch children's shows. Some of my favorites were Digimon, Beyblade, not the greatest show, but it was actually okay. And stuff. A really good one is Fraggle Rock. It's kind of like MLP, except instead of having the main six, there were the Fraggle Five, and they were a mix of males and females and stuff like that. And had really good lessons, and they usually had one or two songs per episode. Good for them. Wow, cool. We need shows like that back. And again, and a similar thing with My Little Pony, their central theme was, I love this. And one of the commentaries they describe, it's like, when they were first making Fraggle Rock, it's like, you know what, let's make a show about world peace. You know what, that's exactly what they did, and and it was cool. And stuff like that. Yes, so yeah, so it wasn't, it wouldn't be a new thing for me to watch younger shows for younger kids and stuff like that. I have a saying, it's like, never underestimate the power of shows written for 12-year-olds. Because they're usually written with purpose and lessons and stuff like that, whereas adult programming can sometimes not. And that's fine. I like shows that have a point behind it and stuff like that. Something more than just, are we gonna get to the bomb in time? There's nothing wrong with that. But if I'm gonna commit time to watch something or do something, I kind of want something more than just fake CGI explosions and stuff like that. But anyway, again, I hope this video will probably be quite long, so I'm gonna do my best to not do that. So anyway, I'm gonna try to stay as focused as I can, but will probably fail. But anyway, so back to My Little Pony. So eventually, so I was tempted to watch My Little Pony on Netflix. But I share, well, actually, it's my dad's account, so if I started watching it, he would know that I watched it. I don't think Dad would care. Again, I've seen shows before, and Dad doesn't care. I eventually told Mommy and Daddy, yes, I'll say this, it's like, yes, I'm 29. and I live with mommy and daddy. Ugh. But I'm not sitting on my butt doing nothing. I do have a full-time job as a computer programmer and stuff. It's like, in all honesty, it's like, the way with the housing market is and stuff, it's like I don't, in a way, I don't want to leave. But I don't want to stay, and I don't want to leave either, but again, so I'm gonna leave that there. I do feel kind of bad about that. Again, okay, but anyway, getting back onto the topic again. I'm rambling on and unfocused and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I mean, my dad doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows I watch children's shows and stuff like that, and I usually don't watch junk. I don't watch shows that are totally pointless or stupid or dumb. If I decide to watch a show for 12-year-olds or little girls, there's usually a good reason as to why. But anyway, yeah. So. But the first time I actually saw an episode of My Little Pony was with my church group, which I've mentioned to several people before. And this church group is basically, it's a young adult group. It's, for like people like, 18 to like 35-ish kind of a thing, and stuff like that. And there's only like 6 to 10 of us that come to a meeting every night. So it's not like, no, this isn't Sunday school or anything like that. It's just basically people my age kind of hanging out, talking about, stuff, and sometimes talking about, obviously, Christianity and religion and stuff like that, Bible studies and things of that nature, but also do things like watch My Little Pony. And one of my friends, Frank the Tank, who's not related to the person, he's a different person than the Frank the Tank that's on World of Tanks. But anyway, yeah, he was the one who actually introduced me to, who was basically got me watching My Little Pony, because he brought basically the first 2 episodes on DVD and stuff like that, and we all sat down and watched them, and I think everybody generally enjoyed them and stuff like that. It's like, I was so sold on this show within those first 2 episodes. It's like, I immediately wanted to go in and watch it again. It's like, there were 2 really good moments during that. The first was, it's like, someone came in and stuff like that and started talking to us, and then one of the other people was like, "Man, could you be quiet? We're trying to watch My Little Pony." And the other was, at some point, I can't remember when, it's like one of the young adults said to me, it's like, "You are so Twilight." And I think I may have said this, or was definitely thinking, like, you are so right. Because unfortunately, like Twilight, I'm a loner, I'm a nerd, I don't really read, I mostly watch television, play video games and stuff like that. What can I say? After a long day of coding and sometimes beating your head against the wall on coding and stuff like that, sometimes it's just nice to just sit down, watch television, play video games. I don't go out and stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of the same issues as Twilight does and everything like that. So yeah, I definitely have a lot in common with Twilight, which comforts me and also makes me feel bad sometimes. But anyway, she has a lot to learn in the first season, but she grows and she learns a lot. So maybe there's hope. But anyway, enough of that. So yeah. So I saw the first 2 episodes. Again, I was sold on this show. This is a good show. It's well written. It's well done. It's well executed. It just does everything good. And then I think the following evening, because it was kind of late, and stuff like that, and everything like that. So the following evening, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I think the first 6 or 7 episodes. Yeah, I think I watched the first 6 or 7 episodes of season 1 on Netflix. So I'm gorging myself on My Little Pony, and I must admit my first reaction to this is like, "Oh my gosh, I'm watching a show for 6-year-old girls. What's wrong with me?" But it was also kind of funny. It's like, I can't believe I'm watching this show. And sometimes I still have that. I still get that. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, at first I didn't tell mommy and daddy about it. So I was like, oh my gosh, are mommy and daddy here? It's like, yeah, if mommy and daddy came in or something, I make sure I pause it and then switch it over to a different channel so they didn't know I was watching My Little Pony. Again, they don't care. They don't care. And eventually I told them about it, and they didn't have issue with it. In fact, I've shown them a couple episodes, and they watched Equestria Girls, and they didn't fall in love with it the way that I have or anything like that. They didn't become defender of Equestria or anything like that, but they like it, and I think it's one of those things of, I think they understand and stuff like that. So don't worry, your son hasn't gone completely crazy. Almost, but I must admit, I have to say, like, sometimes I am quite mad, but I try not to let it bother me. Oh dear. But anyway, so yeah, so that was how I became a Brony. And again, I really support the values and the morals of this show because they're so desperately needed. I mean, my gosh. I mean, this was the thing I really liked about Equestria Girls. The sub theme about it was really about leadership and what makes a good leader and what makes a bad leader. That was really the side thing with that was like you look at Sunset Shimmer, who thinks she has to wield through power. She has to make people listen to her. I mean, I'm gonna just comment on that briefly. I mean, it's one of those things of videos I'm gonna make eventually. But yeah, it's like I didn't get at first when she says, "I didn't know there was another way," but eventually I understand. She thinks the only way for people to follow her is if she makes them follow her. If she, if she like do this or I will beat you up or something like that. That's her line of thinking. And of course, the lesson there is that Twilight shows that that's flat wrong. That you get people to follow you by basically earning their respect and stuff like that, and and convincing them to stand with you rather than making them stand with you and stuff like that. But okay, enough of that. I mean, I really liked that sub lesson there, and I hope that a lot of people pick that up and stuff like that. But yeah, I love the values of the show, and this is definitely why I become Defender of Equestria. This is not a subtitle. This is just simply not a subtitle. This is something that I really want to do. I want to promote the show and defend it in some way. I mean, I don't know if I'll actually do that. And if I ever have to face an anti-Brony face to face, I don't know how I'd cope with that, to be in all honesty, because I'm honestly a rather shy person. I mean, you would think that wouldn't be odd, because, well, if that were true, why am I putting myself on the internet? Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, because I like this. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and I don't remember exactly why I decided to start doing this, but I do enjoy this. I do like it, and I definitely do it now. Simply because it's definitely something far more constructive than sitting on my butt and playing video games all day. Before I say anything, I love video games. They're great. They're definitely a great hobby and great thing to do. But I think we all know that there's a lot of people who literally do nothing all weekend and sit on their butt and play video games all day, which to a point is fine. That's fine. I'm not against video games. I think people beat on gamers and video games way too much. Video games are not, I mean, I'll say this. During Sandy Hook, it's like, I'll never forgive the NRA for blaming this on the gamers. It's like, someone from IGN said flat out, we're not responsible. Call of Duty is not responsible. Grand Theft Auto is not responsible. These games are not responsible for these kinds of shootings. And that's all I'm going to say there. And I must admit, I'm never going to forgive the NRA for that. Okay, I don't want to go there. I don't really want to go down political or whatever debate, because if I want that, I'll turn on that television and watch CNN, Fox News, or any of those cable networks. But yeah, that's the other big reason I watch My Little Pony and I enjoy it, is because it's just simply fun and entertaining, and it's lighthearted, and it's, the good guys win in the end, and the good guys do what unfortunately our leaders should be doing. They should be doing what needs to be done instead of sitting in rooms and arguing about it, or it's like, well, I know what I should do, but well, it might cost me my career and my politics. Again, easy for me to say this, but it's so disappointing to see things being done because of stuff like that. And it's definitely leading us down a very dark road and stuff like that. And that's why this show makes me happy, and it gives me hope and stuff. That, what, if we were more like these ponies and learned these lessons, that maybe there's hope for us after all. This is why I really love and support the show, because, as I said in my Fortress of Light video, it's the only show that I know of that actually has these good, positive values. It isn't just about earning ratings or tickets or whatever. I mean, or just mindless stupidity or violence or sex or stuff. There's something more to this show than just simply entertaining and selling toys and helping Hasbro sell toys. I mean, and that's cool. And I really like the show, and I definitely want to support and defend it as much as I can. And I don't know if I'll succeed, or if I'm just going to be one of those things who talks big but doesn't really accomplish much. It's easy, Oh, great line from Babylon 5, which is which is one of my favorite sci-fi shows of all time. You should definitely, if you get a chance to watch that show, definitely watch it. But yeah, great line from Babylon 5. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of great lines from Babylon 5. But anyway, it's like, it's easy to talk about being strong here when there isn't a Centauri ion cannon pointed at your head. That's unfortunately sometimes how I feel. It's easy to me to talk about all this stuff, but if I actually had to face someone face to face, I don't know how I deal with that. Anyway, it's just one of those things. I mean, I definitely want to promote the show and these values as best I can, even if these videos don't accomplish much. I mean, sometimes I think they don't accomplish anything. Sometimes they do. But anyway, enough of that. Okay, so so I don't know if that was off. I mean, it's just a free fire zone video, so it's technically not off topic. Again, I don't want this video to run ridiculously long and stuff like that. But anyway, so yes. So now onto my next thing that I'm gonna do, which is my cutie mark, which will hopefully be appearing here. If not, anyway, I've actually had this symbol actually. This is where things are going to get cheap and dirty. It's like, I've actually had this symbol. Sorry, I might do it this way, because less editing for me. But anyway, this symbol, the blue tri-star, as I've dubbed it, because it's blue and it's composed of 3 stars. But yeah. Okay, I think enough of that. I think you get the idea of that, because I've actually had that almost since high school. It's like, because, yeah, I think the start of this was a show called Digimon, where they had these things called crests, where they were basically like this. They were this kind of graphical style, and they all represented things like courage, courage, wisdom, no, courage, knowledge, sincerity, love, friendship, hope and light. I think we're all of them. But anyway, they're all those kind of symbols, and they represent those kind of things. And at some point, I designed my own and stuff like that. And that was the start of that. The thing with this is exactly there's actually the thing with this is actually an orca when viewed from the front. It's like the dorsal and the 2 pectorals, it's actually, ironically, in these proportions, it's probably either a very young orca or perhaps a female orca, because the male orca dorsals are much taller than the females and stuff like that. Yes, on a side note, it's like, I'm definitely a big fan of orcas, because orcas are interesting creatures to me, because they have these 2 distinct sides. I mean, people call them killer whales, and yeah, that's the first time I think on the term orca itself. It means a lot of things, none of them good. Like demon or from hell and stuff like that. I think my personal favorite was like bringer of death. Because yeah, I mean, you see an orca killing a group of seals and even other whales and dolphins and stuff. Yeah, it's a hard thing, but they're very good at what they do. Kind of like another species that I know of, humans. Humans are definitely the ultimate killer species. But anyway, I like orcas, so that was sort of the other basis of that. So orcas, all I'm going to say is that orcas are kind of very fundamental to me, because they're interesting, because they obviously have this killer, aggressive, brutal side, but we also know they have this very social this very social side, and they're I have this thing called the way of the orca. It's like, be kind and loving to your friends and your allies, but mercilessly deadly to your enemies. By enemies, I mean, in the orca's case, food or animals and or people that are trying to kill them and stuff like that. So yeah, the way I kind of adopt that, because yeah, I mean, in a way that is the right thing to do. You should be obviously nice and kind to people who are your friends, and people who are not being hostile to you, but absolutely mercilessly deadly to people who are trying to hurt you and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, so enough of that. I mean, yeah. Yes, I've actually had that symbol's been around for a very long time. In fact, I'm just getting my next picture here, which I must admit is in a slightly different order. In fact, yes, I mean, so that's basically the core of that. It's actually an orca and stuff like that. And it was based off of Digimon's crests and everything, and ultimately got worked into just about everything, because I love the idea of having this personal symbol that basically says you and stuff like that. Another thing that I really like is I'm definitely a engineer / designer. I like designing things, particularly things like this. this is actually I think my first version of my Starfighter, which I've dubbed the final version, the Morning Star. But in here it's called the Stingray 1. Yes, it is kind of based off the Stingray's colors and stuff like that. And as you can see, it has my cutie bark and the blue TriStar thing all over the place. Yes, again, I like the symbolism of my cutie bark. I think because I have these sort of 3 distinct pieces of my cutie bark of each of the. Okay, I'm gonna bring this back up again. Again, if this doesn't work out, I'm sorry. It's like I just simply want to get this done and without having to do editing and stuff like that. So anyway, I sometimes view the 3 parts as being, in a way, these 3 avatars that I have. For instance, when I first started, when I started getting into gaming, my gamer tag was Stinger 1, which is the name of my the call sign of my Starfighter fighter pilot alter ego. Yeah. Yeah, so for a while I was Stinger 1, and then I was Orcan, Orcan. Yes, I know it's technically pronounced Orkin, as in like the Orkin man, but I don't care. I pronounce it Orcan. But anyway, and now BlueStar is my new sort of like avatar thing. So I almost like to think of each one of these points being one of them for some reason. And then me in the middle and stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, that's the thing I like about this cutie bark, is that sometimes it means more to me. Like it might be more than it appears. Like for instance, these 3 arrowheads or stars, whatever, they kind of look vaguely kind of like jets and fighters and stuff like that. Stuff like that. I like that. I like how I just like to interpret it in different ways like that. I don't know if those are valid or anything. I think I've just lost my mind sometimes. Sometimes we see what we want to see. Another great quote from Babylon 5. But anyway, yeah, this is the other thing that's cool is that with the cutie bark is that this thing on the front, I don't think you'll be able to see it very well here, is that this is actually like a particle cannon of death thing. But anyway, it unfolds into these 3 parts. The nose cone splits into 3 parts and forms the basis of the cutie mark, and basically forms this with the particle beam in the middle. So I like that as well. So it's like, not only is it a symbol of me, it is also the ultimate attack of my Starfighter and stuff like that. So yo. Yes, and while we're on so yes, it's like, but that fighter's gone through a lot of different variations and might refine it. And I think it'll probably eventually make it into one of my videos. But we shall see. Okay, just gotta do this. Yes, last picture of my Starfighter is this, which I've simply labeled as conflict, because this is basically one of my versions of my fighter with the eye fighter. It's like, this was actually, all these pictures for the most part were part of my college work and stuff like that. Like, we had to like illustrate eyes and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't do eyes or pictures or, characters. I do starfighters. I make weapons. It's what I do. So yeah, so it's like, so I built a fighter in the shape of an eye and stuff like that. It's like, obviously 2 eyes and my fighter are like shooting at each other and stuff like that. Again, I don't know if you'll find that interesting, and I don't know if that will work or not. But anyway, oh dear, again, yeah. So that's cool. I mean, I definitely like designing. I definitely like designing things and designing weapons and stuff, because military design is very interesting to me. It's very interesting because it's all about function. Real military vessels and weapons are designed with function. They're not designed to look cool, or they're designed to function. They're designed to kill the enemy and stuff like that. And stuff like that. There's a great quote from Stargate SG-1 where it's like, where they hold up one of these big staff like weapon things that the alien race has, and it's like, this is a weapon of terror. It is designed to intimidate the enemy. And then they hold up a P90, which is a submachine gun, and it's like, and this is a weapon of war. It is designed to kill the enemy. And in a way separates out the sci-fi weaponry from real weaponry. Is that sci-fi weaponry is ultimately designed to look cool and stuff rather than necessarily function really well. But anyway, so which sort of leads into something which I don't know if you'll be able to see this well because this is simply a pencil drawing, but this leads into one of my favorite creations. This is the Sentinel of Freedom, the ultimate space battle fortress ever constructed. Again, it's sort of designed to be pretty, but also deadly at the same time. It's like I always like to design my ships and my weapons as though, to a point, you were actually going to design and build them to be effective at everything like that. It's like, there's not a spot on this ship that you can't approach from without being staring down at least one of these turrets. In fact, I think even two of these turrets and stuff like that. I mean, that's something that a lot of space battle fortresses lack. Is that you can come up from beneath them and there's no guns or weapons there and you'll get and stuff like that. I really like this design to the point where I wanted to redesign it as the Celestial Fire, otherwise known as the Celestia. But yeah, I was gonna do that, but unfortunately I just simply didn't have the time to. But okay, I just have one last of these pictures. This is actually a previous version and stuff like that. In this version, it didn't have that like ship like prow. It had this very Freudian looking front end. So I decided to change it. But yeah, this one you actually get to see it firing and stuff like that, which is cool. Which is cool. I mean, again, I hope that works out. Again, if it doesn't work out, I'm sorry. It's like I honestly need to get back into the game and get videos done and not get bogged down with editing and stuff like that. But anyway, I really like. I hope that definitely. I hope that was interesting. I hope I didn't lose you there. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, I almost forgot. What was I talking about? What was I starting off with? Oh yes, my cutie mark. What does my cutie mark mean? Yes, all of that is basically, again, all of that is actually related. Like the blue TriStar part is the symbol of Stinger 1, my starfighter pilot alter ego, and all those ships are from that alternate story universe thing, which is in short basically a sort of Star Warsy Galaxy at War kind of a thing. And stuff like that. Yeah, I'll say this. I was gonna do this thing where Stinger 1 was gonna get sucked into Equestria, and I was gonna do almost like it's like the opening line would be like, "Oh my God, somebody save me! I'm trapped in an episode of My Little Pony. Save me!" It's like I might do that series eventually, but I don't have the time to. I just don't have the time. I gotta pick my battles and pick the videos I really want to do and get those done, because there's just not enough hours and time in the day to do everything, to do videos, play video games, chill out, get work done, and oh dear, there's just not enough hours in the day, so I gotta be a lot more selective about the things I do. But anyway, but yeah, so anyway, back to my cutie bark. I mean, I really like my cutie bark a lot because as you've seen, it means quite a bit. It's had a bit of, it's definitely is the symbol of me. I mean, it definitely to me has more. It is more than it appears and stuff like that, and stuff like that. I mean, it's definitely something more than something I created to put on the side of my OC, because this has been around a lot longer than my OC has. Oh dear. I mean, I've had it since high school, which was a long time ago. Well, it wasn't that long, but it's a lot longer than I remember. And stuff like that. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm losing it. I tell you, I'm losing my mind. No. But anyway, yeah. I mean, and of course, the two additions I made to My Little Pony in this case is that I added the. See, I didn't realize it at the time. I looked at the flag for the equestrian flag, which has Luda and Celestia on it, the sun and the moon symbol on it, and I didn't realize at the time. And I picked those because obviously I want to be defender of Equestria, so I decided to make this a little bit more equestrian by adding the sun and the moon symbol. I didn't realize at the time that these are actually in a way Celestia and Luna's cutie marks and stuff like that. In a way, I think Luna's is a little bit different than it is, but anyway, it's like I liked that idea that literally defending Celestia and or Luda and Equestria was cool. Like that definitely was cool to me. The other thing I like about my cutie mark is that the core of it is blue, which is technically Luda's primary color. The secondary is yellow, which is Celestia. Oh, the foreshadowing or the irony or whatever. It's like, again, I think seeing what I want to see, but I like that thing that, it's like, I mean, I like both princesses equally. I must identify more with Luda and than I do with Celestia, but if BlueStar had to take a bullet, he would be willing to take a bullet for either of them and stuff like that. And he would do so equally. But I must have been like, what would BlueStar have done if he'd been around during the whole Nightmare Moon scenario? Who would he have sided with? Would he have sided with Celestia, or would he have gone to the dark side along with with Nightmare Moon? Not gonna answer that question. I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question myself. Oh dear, rambling on and definitely going into free fire mode. Yeah, it must have been. I have ADHD, so I think that's probably the main reason why I'll start talking about one thing, and all of a sudden I'll go something else to come out of left field or for no explanation. So sorry about that. Ooh. I guess some people must not mind it too much. I mean, if that's an issue, please tell me about it, because I definitely want to do my best to not ramble on and waste people's time, because, yeah, time is definitely our biggest resource and everything, and, but yeah, that's sort of, I mean, that was a very long-winded, very, distracted, very unfocused, explanation by Cutie Mark. I hope it was interesting or satisfactory, and if it wasn't, you have questions, answer. I mean, yeah, that's everything. I might do a Q&A for the rest of my subscriber special. I don't know. We'll see. I think I might save that for maybe, hopefully, when I get it to 1,000. hoping. It might happen eventually. I hope it does. But anyway, but if you do have any questions you want me to answer, I'll try my best to answer. I mean, I guess I'll comment on this. I always do try to reply to comments as quickly and as I can. And sometimes, yeah, I'm just tired. And it's like, oh, man, I'm tired. I just want to sit and play some video games and watch some television right now. It's like, oh, I'll answer this tomorrow. And I feel kind of bad about that and stuff like that. I mean, oh, dear. I do have to say that, yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, being a programmer, it can be a very, very stressful job, and it's just like, because sometimes you literally beat your head against the wall on something and you won't be able to solve it, and it drives me crazy sometimes, like, oh, which is why sometimes I think I like playing video games so much, because as long as you'll usually be able to finish a level and things work out and stuff, so that makes me feel better and stuff. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I'm much too hard on myself that, I keep trying to push I was like, I need to make a video. It's like, as I've told people, this is not your job. Don't let this become a second job, because otherwise it will be exactly that, and it won't be fun anymore. You have to always have this be fun, because otherwise, in a way, there's no point in doing this. But, I mean, and I keep falling into that trap of trying to do too much, and unfortunately, I've fallen very, very, very far behind. I must have been mostly because of the video games. Sorry, I got seduced by the World of Tank beta. Now Call of Duty Ghosts is out, and oh dear, it's like there's just not enough hours in the day, and I really have to pick my battles much more. pick what I want to do better. But I definitely am gonna try to do my best to get back into the game and get back into stuff and everything like that. And because I really wanted to get a lot more done than I have, and I feel bad about that. And I do want to be professional. I do want to release videos on regular bases and stuff, and sadly I've gotten off track, and I feel bad about that. But at the same time, I know this is not my job. This is a hobby. This is a thing I'm doing, and again, I fall into this trap of, this is important to me. It's important to me to make these videos, because I feel this is my way of serving, quote unquote serving, that I can do more with one video than I might ever know. That, someone might watch my Fortress of Light video, or maybe even the response to the Boston bombing video, and perhaps be inspired by it, and to go out and do something more than just simply sit on their butt and watch TV and play video games all day. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I do that a lot and stuff, because sometimes I'm tired. I just want to relax and chill out. But of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I honestly feel that way. I feel that way. And again, I get into this trap of, I need to get this video out because it's important and stuff. And I need to obviously realize, yeah, it can be important, but I also need to just relax and just chill out. Again, I think that might be one of those comments that people might think I'm crazy. People might think I've gone mad or I'm crazy, and I'm worried about that sometimes. Like I'll make a video and like, oh my gosh, people are gonna think I've gone mad or I'm crazy or I take this show way too seriously, and maybe that's true sometimes, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, again, I always say there are worse things I could be obsessed with. There are worse things I could be doing with my time and stuff like that. But again, I do need to give myself a break and not push so hard sometimes. But there's other times I do need to sit down and actually get this done and get this done. Again, that was definitely a free fire zone topic, something I just want to talk about, and because I do feel bad. Like the World of Tanks beta, it took up I decided to put so much time to get. I decided to do that. It didn't suck me in and grab me and force me to play it. I decided to play it. I mean, it's definitely something that I like about the show, is that it's about, the show does have this something of like taking responsibility and getting things done, doing things yourself, and not waiting for other people to do things or blaming other people, but taking responsibility and doing things yourself. I don't know if that's entirely true, but that's how I look at the show sometimes. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously I decided to do that, and I feel really bad because I spent a lot of time doing that, and definitely regretting it sometimes. Oh dear. Yeah, I definitely want to get back into the game and start getting things done instead of just sitting on my butt doing nothing. It's like, ah, dear. Again, to a point, that's okay. But anyway, enough of that. So, oh dear, so just thinking, what else can I do? I mean, I think I might have covered everything I want to cover, and I must admit I thought this video might be a little bit longer than this, but I don't know. I think that might be about it, I'm really glad to be a part of this community and be a Brody and stuff, because it's definitely a very constructive community. I mean, it's creative, it's cool. I mean, people, we are a community. We're not just simply a fandom. We're a community. We stand with each other, by each other, with each other, and all that cool stuff, and definitely an inspiration to us all and stuff like that. I mean, certainly other groups and other communities and other things come together and help out and do stuff too, but that's cool. But I just love this show and what it stands for, and it's so nice to see a community that's so willing to be it's so willing to be so inviting and so willing to accept people even when they disagree. Like, I must admit, I remember during my Free Will Equestria video, I was like, I started mentioning, like God and Destiny and stuff like that. And before I did it, I was like, no, I shouldn't say this, because I know there's at least one atheist out there who's a fan and stuff like that. But then it's sort of like the heck with it. I'm gonna say what I want to say, and that's definitely something that I've discovered with this, is that I'll finish this thought first. That, yeah, I mean, I was really surprised by how many people were supportive of that. Even people who said they were atheists. It's like, okay, that's fine, they weren't trying to beat on me or anything like that. I thought I was going to catch flack for that, but I didn't, and it was really surprising to see how accepting people are. I mean, obviously, people are religious, people are atheists, whatever. I really don't care. It's like, I really don't care if you're an atheist or a religious person or whatever. It's like, it's your choice. You can do what you want, But yeah, I mean, but with the media, I mean, you hear all these stories and stuff like that about religious people beating on atheist people and atheists trying to beat on religious people and all that stuff. But I'm glad that at least in that case none of that happened and stuff. But that was cool. I mean, this is definitely something I've learned and something I've tried to embrace from the show, is to, for a long time, I've been very quiet. I've been, hiding in the corner. I've definitely been that shy nerd person, the loner person. I've definitely been a loner for a very long time, and probably, honestly, to a point, will continue to, because, to a point, I'm just tired. I just want to stay home, so I don't get out much. It can be good and bad. But anyway, yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's like there's a new song out. It's like, I just want you to be brave. That song really means a lot to me, because it's like, say what you want to say and stuff like that. There's the line in there. It's like that song really, in a way, means a lot to me, because it's like, I'm not gonna sit in the corner and be silent anymore. It's like, I'm not gonna, like, if you've seen a lot, it's like I'll think of something I want to say, but I'll resist but then I'll say it anyway. And sometimes that gets me into trouble. I mean, it's good to definitely think about something controversial, think about saying controversial before you actually say it, because that's, to get you into trouble when your mouth runs faster than your brain. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to try to hold back anymore. As I said in one video, I'm not going to apologize for the way I feel. Unless I do really hurt someone and stuff like that, then yeah, I don't, because I obviously don't want to hurt people, put people down and stuff like that. I don't want to ram, like again, with the atheist thing, I don't want to ram religious things down people's throats if they don't want it to, but I'm not going to deny that I'm a fairly religious person. I mean, I'm not a super crazy religious person. It's like a great quote from Babylon 5 is, faith and religion are like, no, wait, excuse me, I got the quote wrong. It's like, faith and reason are like the shoes on your feet. You get further with both than you do with just one. I definitely believe in that. You can't just be completely blind to religion and faith and stuff like that, but you can't be. But you got to have faith, but you also got to have a little bit of reason too and stuff like that. If you hear voices in your head, God telling you to do something, you might want to go see a psychologist first. And stuff like that. But anyway, enough of that. Oh, darn it, my brain is malfunctioning again. It's like, unfortunately, yeah, because I don't get enough sleep. I really should. It's like, I don't know why it's so hard for me to get to sleep and stay asleep and stuff like that. I think because so much going on right now. Again, that's why I like the Crystal Empire. I understand what the poor Crystal Ponies are going through, because it's just so hard. Again, I forgot what I was starting with. But yeah, it's so hard to, when you don't have hope and stuff, when you're stressed out, you feel like, it looks the same, but it doesn't feel the same, it's like you're just depressed and sad and stuff like that. But the good news is My Little Pony is helping me to deal with that and stuff like that, and learning how to slowly deal with those things and anxiety issues and stuff like that. Again, everything with Twilight, I understand Twilight. I understand what Twilight's going through. With like in games we play with Twilight, it's like with that, it's like, no, that wasn't funny to me. No, I totally understand how she feels and what she's going through. Panic attacks are not fun. They're not fun. They're not something to be laughed at or stuff like that. They're not fun. But anyway, again, I forgot what I was talking about to begin with. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, I love this community. I love being a Brody and stuff. There's definitely far worse communities and things I could be doing with my time, and I'm really glad that these 500 plus people have decided to subscribe to me. I mean, again, it catches me off guard. It's like, wow, you really like my stuff? You like my videos? Wow, cool. Sometimes I don't take my own videos very seriously. Like, I didn't really expect people to like my videos. I mean, sometimes, yeah, it catches, it's like, wow, you really like my videos and my stuff? Wow, cool, thanks. Again, that's the other thing, is like when people say something nice about me, I always try to reply with like, thanks. I mean, I don't know, again, I always try to reply to comments, because so far it's manageable. I mean, eventually it may not be manageable. And stuff like that. But I love this community because it's just so cool. It's just a cool community, and there's just, I mean, I love this show. I love the show and everything and what it stands for, and it's just so awesome. And I'm definitely glad that I finally found my cutie bark and stuff like that. I really, that a great quote from Babylon 5. It's like, the path is clear. It's like, I'm an arrow released from the bow. The way is clear. Kind of a thing. I mean, I'm sure that wasn't the quote. The quote was messed up, but that was essentially the thing. It's like, the path is clear. It's like, I'm definitely defender of equestrian. That's definitely something I want to be and want to continue to be. And again, it's fun. It is fun. It's a lot of work sometimes, especially when I'm behind and stuff like that. Side thing, sort of status update. I'm gonna try to hopefully get season 1 Comrax done before season 4 comes out. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Probably will. But yeah, I want to get those done, because I just want to get those done and stuff like that. But yeah, but it is fun. It is fun. I mean, it is fun. Sometimes it's just fun and enjoyable to just simply sit in front of the television back there and just watch a My Little Pony episode and comment to it, and it's fun and I enjoy it. And I'm glad and thankful that you people like it and enjoy it and continue to watch them and comment and stuff like that. At first, it's like I was very frustrated because like no one likes my videos and no one's commenting, and I'm like, that makes me sad. It made me sad for a while, but I'm glad that situation is no longer true. That subscriber count, I'm surprised it always keeps going up. It just keeps going up even when I don't release videos for weeks on end and stuff like that. I'm surprised with that, and I'm very grateful for my fans, because again, in short, without the fans, without the subscribers, there'd be no point to doing this. There just simply would be no point to doing this. I mean, that's cool. And again, I thank you for your continued support and everything, and for standing by me, for subscribing and commenting and liking. And I hope that this subscriber special was hopefully what you were expecting and watching. I don't know if it was. And if it wasn't, please comment below, and maybe with questions and specific things you want me to answer and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna end this video here, because I think I've said everything I want to say, and I'm rambling on, and I'm sleep deprived and everything. I don't know why I can't beat sleep deprivation. I know why. It's because I haven't watched the My Little Pony episode in a couple weeks, and I've been playing Ghost all day. Yeah, it's like, I think I have this syndrome of like pony withdrawal syndrome. It's like, I'm depressed. I'm too depressed. I need to watch an episode of My Little Pony or two. It actually does work sometimes. It does work, you know. Guaranteed way to be undepressed is to watch, you know, a couple episodes of My Little Pony, and that'll definitely get me undepressed sometimes. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if not, I'm sorry, and if not, you know, comment below about stuff you might want me to do. So so this will probably be the end of the 500 subscriber special. I made a big deal out of this. I want to do multiple videos and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I was actually going to do a collab with BlueStarBrony, The Music Reborn. He does music analysis, and we're going to do the opening. We're going to do analysis in the opening, but he's crazy busy right now because it's college and finals and probably midterms or whatever and stuff like that. So yes, college unfortunately takes up a lot of time. So yeah, so however, we'll probably make that video perhaps a month from now and stuff like that. So but yeah, but I think this might be I was gonna maybe do maybe some other videos on this, but I think I definitely need to get back in the game and get videos done. So I think again, so this will be the end of the 500 subscriber special. I made it this time. Sorry, I'm just brain is malfunctioning again. My brain is always malfunctioning, it seems. Ugh. I'm gonna try to do my best to beat that. But anyway, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and subscribing and commenting, and you know, just thank you, and I appreciate all of your support and everything. And here's to onwards and upwards, and looking forward to season 4 and everything like that, and hoping for more videos and stuff like that. So until next time, this is BlueStar. Stay strong and pony on. BlueStar out.